Hey everyone, it is Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. Today we're going to discuss the mess that is college athletics, but with a twist. I'm going to tell you what the real problem is with college athletics. It's not NIL. Nope. It's not the transfer portal. Nope. It's not even conference realignment. Nope. It's the inability of athletic directors and those who manage athletic departments financially to do their job. And we're going to get into that right after I remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. That's what I just did. So that's over. We're going to move on to the DD. This all came into my brain because Iowa State announced a gigantic number, 147 million of a deficit. It's not current. It's through 2031. That's what they'll rack up because they're going to run a deficit of annually about $25 million. That's a lot of money, folks. And let's be really blunt here. $21.5 million has to go to the House settlement revenue share. So Iowa State was still running a deficit, but now it's much worse. And running a deficit is actually more common in college athletics than not. I did a little research via AI because AI is wonderful and found out that the last time this was really studied was 2019. But at that time, and we got to put some parameters here, only state institutions have to report their athletic budgets. Private schools such as BYU, Baylor, TCU don't have to share a damn thing. They're not a state institution. There's no open records there. So we're only going to be dealing with state entities in 2019, Division I FBS. So there was about 115 schools. Only fewer than 10% run a balanced budget or at a profit, at a surplus. That's right. More than 90% of college athletics departments, major ones, are deficit spending. We say it all the time that college athletics is a big business, and yet most athletic departments aren't run that way. They're run like some toy factory that has no budget and just wants to keep cranking out toys. I don't know if that was a good metaphor or what. I don't even know where that came from. But until athletics directors figure out that they are running a business, this is never going to get better. At some point, and I'm going to say it out loud, you got to stop paying coaches what you're paying, let alone with the giant buyouts that sit on the table if you want to fire them. You have been letting agents run these negotiations way too often. I wonder when the last time an athletic director offered a job to someone and then after they got the counter offer from the agent said, no, we're going to move on. Because I don't know if that's ever happened or neither party will ever admit it. But quit giving in. And maybe, just maybe, when you're negotiating a contract between a university and a coach, and the coach is using a professional negotiator that's an attorney, maybe you should do the same thing on the athletic side and get the athletic directors out of it as much as possible. Now, with all that said, anyone who's been following headlines in this area knows this. I am firmly against tax money, state tax money going to athletic departments. And Kansas State takes none. It doesn't take university money. And one of the great things John Currie did when he came to Kansas State is he solved the budget problem and made this athletic department solvent. It now runs, and it has continued to run under Gene Taylor in the excess. They have a surplus. Now it's getting really hard, and I expect that to end, and maybe my grandstand on state funding is going to have to come to an end. But I know this. K-State does a good job running its budget. It runs the minimum number of sports. It doesn't overpay. And some people criticize that they're paying under market value for positions. What they're doing is managing a budget and staying as best they can within that budget. Is that hard to do? Well, I don't do it very well. But then again, I haven't signed myself to a buyout worth about $15 million. Now we're talking.